I recently posted a question and asked, what do you struggle with when it comes to sewing? And one of the answers I got was cutting straight lines. So here are some tips and tricks for cutting straight lines. First and foremost, especially for using a rotary cutter, you need a rotary cutter and a self-healing mat. Now you can get these mats pretty much anywhere you can get crafts, including Amazon, Walmart, Michael's, doesn't matter. But these lines are what's going to help you cut straighter lines. You're going to need an acrylic ruler, preferably one for sewing that's see-through so you can see down to your fabric so you really know where you're cutting. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to use the mat as your guide for where you want to sew. So I'm going to cut a 3-inch wide sloth. I'm going to lay down the ruler and I'm going to line it up with these lines on the mat, not on the fabric. And I'm going to line it up here, and I'm going to line it up on the end over here. You want it so it's going off the fabric on both sides. Lay it down, and then using your hand, hold it down, and then go right along the edge of the fabric, or the edge of the ruler, sorry. This ruler gives you something to press against, and you will feel like if I were to have straight off, I would have felt it slightly different. It's going to keep it there, going to keep it going in a straight line with the ruler, and then you're left with this edge. Now, if you struggle with holding down these acrylic pieces, like it moves or whatever, or you just don't have a lot of upper body strength, or whatever the case may be, line it up, and then there's these really cool tools that you can use, and they're just like, this one's called the Gypsy Little Gripper. Put it onto your acrylic ruler, and then this one, it has one piece that folds down. Okay. Snap it up, and now you have more that you can grip onto, and then you can put your fingers in like this, and I can move it down. I want 3 inches. These are 1-inch squares. Move it down, line it up, holding this down. Then I can come in, and it just gives it a little bit more pressure to cut. And now I have a 3-inch wide piece that I can go and use for whatever I'm going to do in my project. Now, let's say you don't have the rotary cutter and this type of mat. You can still use any of the acrylic measuring tools, or even a regular ruler. You can even use an old school ruler, and you can come over to your fabric, and let's say I want 3 inches, but I don't have this mat, right? So come over and mark a dot, come down, line it up again, and a dot, and then I can come and line up the dots that I just drew to the edge of the ruler, and I can draw a line straight down. Now there's all kinds of fabric pens, markers, whatever. If you just have a regular marker, that's okay. So now I have a line I've drawn, and if you only have regular scissors, well then you can just carefully cut right along that edge. Now this will not be as straight as if you used an acrylic ruler and a rotary cutter, but it's still gonna be a lot straighter than if you just tried to do it freehand on your own. So now I'm left with this piece that is 3 inches wide, or this piece that's 3 inches wide, and they look fairly similar. So those are just 2 different ways that you can work on cutting straighter lines. My personal recommendation is invest in a self-healing mat, meaning that when you go through it, it's going to cut into it a little bit, but as soon as you've gone past it, it seals back up, so it's a good hard working surface still. And the acrylic ruler, and use the lines on these surfaces to cut straighter lines. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.